Welcome to the first part of the Tyrant Unleashed Optimizer. My name is Benta and I want to explain in this first tutorial where you can download the right version of TUU, where you get the Deiros gauntlets you know from TyrantSIM, how to update TUU General, how you use TyrantSIM Databases in TUU, and how to sim in different modes. Let's start with the download. The Tyrant Unleashed Optimizer is hosted at GitHub. I've posted this link in the event chat in a note with other helpful files you will need later to sim easier. You download the Tyrant Unleashed Optimizer as a zip file. After you have downloaded it, you extract the zip file to a folder on your desktop. Here's my current version of the Tyrant Unleashed Optimizer. After that, you have not to install the Tyrant Unleashed Optimizer like a normal program. You can use it out of the box. So with a simple double click, the interface shows up. Before we can start with the simple sim, we have to host the gauntlets. The gauntlets are hosted on Congregate from Deiros himself. Deiros has posted every time in the first thread the gauntlets. You have to copy them from the bottom to the first line of the GT151 gauntlet. This is here. Then you simply copy it, go back to the interface and open the custom dex.txt. Now you paste the gauntlets in the file and save the file. After you fulfill this step, the Tyrant Unleashed Optimizer is ready to sim. First of all, I want to explain what you see. The My Deck section is your deck you want to sim in different modes. Fortresses are for wars, enemy decks can be missions, can be real decks, can be mutants. Enemy fortresses only for guild wars. Then you have the battleground effects. In the battleground effects section you can choose all possible battleground effects, all enhance or global effects. In the mode section you have 6 different choices. The first is the PvP. In the PvP mode you are the attacker like in the normal battle screen. In the PvP defense you sim in search mode. In the Guild War mode, you sim in search mode for Guild Wars with fortresses and battleground effects. In Guild War defense, you sim as an attacker with fortresses and battleground effects. Then you have the Brawl section in search mode with battleground effects and the raid option. In the order section, you can choose between random and ordered sims. I want to do a random sim. And in the operations section you have climb sims. Climb sims are the best deck sims out of your whole card database and your inventory. A sim is a normal simple sim. This is the first what I want to do with you. And then the reorder sim. After that you have literations. Literations are the same like durations in a Tyrant sim. I use the most time 10,000 only to speed up the sims. I use 1000 for this tutorial. After that you have threads. This is about the performance your PC uses only for the sims. If you want to work meanwhile you sim on your PC, you should choose 3 instead of 4. The last point are flags. But flags are really complicated and will be explained in the second part of the tutorial. Okay, let's start with our first sim. I have created in line a group with me as only member to paste and post things from my smartphone I want to use on my PC, because you can use Tyrant Sim exports from your decks or inventory to sim them in the Tyrant Unleashed Optimizer, because both sims uses the same database format. I will show only my cards because the Tyrant Unleashed optimizer cannot work with the way you name and the way you guild. Now I go back to the interface and pass my deck in the My Deck section. After that I could choose a fortress, but I want to run a simple sim, so no fortresses in the sim. After that I want to show my enemy deck or a gauntlet. So I have created another file. Its name is TU helper. It's posted in the note in the event chat too. In this helper I have put the gauntlets, the offense towers and the defense towers. I done that because the Tyrant Unleashed optimizer don't forgive any misspelling of cards or enemy deck names. So it can be very frustrating and annoying at the start if you type things wrong. So I've done for me a little file. You can put way more values in this file, but I run good with this values. So first I chose the GT151K gauntlet and copy that, go back to the interface and paste it in the enemy deck section. After that I don't want to choose the battleground effect because this is a simple sim. My mode is search mode, PvP defense. I want a random order and I want to do a simple sim. Okay, let's start the simulation. First, don't be confused about the structure of the result. It's really easy to read. The first thing you see is after the sim stops, you see that in the last line. My win percent are 82%. By the way, this is the same value I got from the TyrantSIM app, because the TyrantSIM app have changed and done a lot to be more accurate with Tyrant Unleashed optimizer, and we use in both sims exactly the same gauntlets from Deiros. Here I see my percent, and here I see the different percents against the decks. Here I see my style result and the loss result. After that you have done your first sim. It's really easy. The next step are climbed sims, the best deck sims, which is really interesting because the Tyrant sim are not able to do that kind of sim. First of all, to do a climb sim we need a own card database. If I open this database, it's empty. I have posted over my line account my cards in my inventory, or my max cards I have. I know not that much. And I want to sim my best deck against the 151K gauntlet. So I copy the card names and open the owned card database. I paste them. Important is that on the top there are always the commander. After that, all structure and assault cards. You can show their random order or mix them. That's not the big problem, but you have to put at the top of this database always the commander. In here you cannot use numbers from an export from TyrantSIM. You have to erase the numbers and post only the card names. After you have done this, you can save the file and close it. Now it's only a different change, a simple different change in the sim. I have my deck. I use the GT151K gauntlet. No fortresses, no battleground effect. Search mode, again random, but now I choose a climb sim. Let's start the climb sim. The climb sim will take a few minutes. It depends on the alliteration you choose and the cards in your inventory. If you have chosen alliteration way above 10,000, it can take about 20 minutes or 25 minutes. Now the climb sim is finished. You see at the bottom of the window your optimized deck. Now I have 83%, which is an increase from 1% to my sim before. If you want to copy this deck, you have to check these two lines and press enter. Now you can paste this deck in the My Deck section, but you have to erase all for the cards and take care that it's all in one line. The number 4 behind the Shock Disruptor means that I play 4 copies of this card in this deck. Okay, now let's try a war sim. Now we need the TU helper again, because I have in there all offense and defense towers. I want to use the Sky Fortress for my deck. So I put it in my fortress, and the enemy fortresses are the Foreboding Archway. And I paste it here. Now I can choose a battleground effect. I choose enhance all heal 1. And now I have to switch the mode to a normal Guild War sim. Now I want to know in random order, but I want to know the best deck I could play against the Foreboding Archway with the Sky Fortresses. So let's start the simulation. Now we see the result of the war sim. Again, optimized deck. If you want to copy it, you have to check it, both lines, press enter, and paste it in the My Deck section, erase the beginning, and put it in one line. So now I want to reorder my deck, because I want to know which is the best order I can play. So I use the same fortress, I use the same enemy fortress, the same battleground effect, the same mode, Guild War, search mode, same order, it's random, but I want to reorder my deck. Now I press again, simulate. Now the Tyrant Unleash optimizer tries to find the best order of my deck. Now the reorder sim is finished. You see again your optimized deck here, and can check it again and copy it again. Now you know the most important basements from Tyrant Unleash optimizer. You can choose all different modes and orders and operations in all different kinds of ways, for brawls, for raids. You can do climb sims for raids, for guild wars with fortresses. You can reorder your deck, so you can get a whole bunch of informations out of Tyrant Unleashed optimizer. But don't forget, a sim is only a sim, not your intelligence. I have makes the experience that I play often cards that only help against a specific deck build. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we see us next time in the next part.